Hi, this is BB. Yeah. It's about 6 o'clock in the morning, and of course, I went to sleep maybe like close to 2, but I didn't get much sleep. The smell, like this is gas, whatever this gassy substance is, this gassy, it just it's very strong. And as you can see, I have to sleep with my window like that. It's cold, but I don't have a choice. And even so, I'm having a hard time breathing because I don't know where the gas is coming from. If under the, I don't know how it's getting in my house. Whenever they catch the woman who was doing this, she will have to say what she was doing. She will have to say how this, if it's a pipe they're pushing somewhere. I don't know. It might be like a pipe or a hose or something they're pushing somewhere. I don't know. And they're maybe pulling it out, but I still smell it during the day, so that's not it. The thing is, when you're a tenant, it's kind of hard to get people to check crawl spaces. It's kind of hard to get people to check anywhere without looking like you're crazy, and that's exactly what they want. Because when you do that 1 time or 2 times, you ask people to check or whatever, they will start looking at you now a little differently. You're like a troublemaker. You're like an upstart. At the very first sign, they're going to tell you to leave the property because they don't want this kind of trouble. You look like a woo-woo, a crazy person now. So I have to be ultra careful with what I do. Because I got to remember, they also have people in place whispering in people's ears that they're paying to help them. They also have people. It's not just one person. It's a lot of people. I don't know what the hell that was. But hey, that's my house. Crazy sounds. It's just me and the cat. They have a lot of people to help them. So it's not just one person against me. It's a whole barrage of people against me. Paid people. They're employees, I call them. Well, they would have to be, wouldn't they? If they're getting money to do this, then they have employees. They're paying people. These are not people who are on their bandwagon with a valid cause they're supporting. These are people who are being paid to do something. So they fully well know what they're doing. They're fully accountable for their actions. There's going to come a day when a reckoning will have to happen. A day will come when there's going to be a reckoning. I'm pretty sure. As they have a saying, every dog will have their day. All right, no, I'm the dog. And I'm being kicked from all angles. I was thinking this morning, because she's in my head, of course, loud as shit, as always. She gets this way when I talk to certain people, certain friends I have. She gets this way. Like, in my opinion, what she's trying to do is, that's her way of telling me that I should not be talking to certain people. And even my fucking family members. My family members, I'm not supposed to talk to them. She wants me completely isolated to do her will. Whatever the fuck is it she's getting from this. I don't think there's any live broadcasting here. There's nothing like that. I don't think so. I don't know why would they do that. Because if it was coming from where I used to live when they were my neighbor, then there would have been no mistaking. Had anybody had recognized the surroundings, they would have known that they were to be blamed for it. Because I'm pretty sure they've had run-ins with the law before. Maybe regarding something similar. Where people are being, suspicious of them. I'm pretty sure. This is why I know if this comes to the police ever takes me seriously, they do a little walk into the background. They're going to find some things. No matter how much they pay people. Not everybody will be kind. Not really. They've done a lot of things. These people are criminals. They're criminals. And they're criminals of a very high stature. They're war criminals. Now, I didn't turn them into this. I don't know who They can blame anybody at this point because they are a bunch of blame shifters. It's never their fault. Now, she, to the best of my knowledge, she keeps saying something in the, I said something, I said something, I said something, I said something. What she wants for me to do is because they were hacking me and listening to everything I said. And maybe to get certain family members and certain people on their side, they had to go out there and tell people of what, like if I had an opinion of them in my own home, and I voiced it out loud in my own house that I was paying rent for. See, at that time, I had no idea that I was lit up. I had no idea that there was like I was on some type of parade, like I had, there was like a TV in my, I was on TV or something for them and whatever. So my opinions would have been broadcasted, I guess, whatever the fuck that means. I have no idea. I'm get confused with that. This is where I get confused. But what she wants me to do is to repeat everything that they had told people where we used to live. Maybe her friends, maybe her family members. Maybe all the time that I thought that her boyfriend was abusing her, maybe she was telling people I was messing with her. Maybe she was telling people I was messing with her. I don't know. And in front of me, she's showing a nice face. In front of me, she's showing a nice face, because she can't let on. She can't let on. She's one of those people who backbites people. She's one of those people you hate, who backbite people, who show you a nice face and then behind they're backbiting you. She is one of those. She's a backbiter. Treacherous woman she is. She'll show you a nice face and then behind your back she'll backbite you. Because 2 days before I came from California, like I said, her sister, I saw her sister in a dollar store with 2 other people that I don't recognize. That's 3 people in all. They were laughing at me and talking about me in my face. But I didn't understand the language. I don't understand. They were laughing at me. I was in a line checking out. They were coming in the store. The people in the line behind me turned around and they were looking. They had to turn around. They looked at them and then they were looking at me. They understood what they were saying, but I didn't. And she's in my head accusing me of talking about her and her boyfriend in my own freaking house. See, in your house, are you allowed to have an opinion? Are you allowed to voice them out loud to yourself? Are you allowed to cuss anybody out loud in your own house if you're pissed off? See, I didn't know I had lost those privileges. I did not know that I was owned by this couple. I didn't realize I was owned by this couple. If they had made it clear, well, look, they have some sort of ownership over me, they bought me at an auction or something, then I would have shut my goddamn mouth. I didn't realize that I was bought by them. I didn't get it. Because they're into like human trafficking. This is almost the equivalency of human trafficking. Because it seems like I should know my place. I'm not allowed, or was not allowed, to have an opinion of my own. I was not allowed to have an opinion of my own. I was not allowed to have an opinion of my own. But I beg to differ, because I can go to any law enforcement agency, or I can go to any lawyer and they'll tell me, no, of course you can. And with the confines of your own home, you can say whatever you want. If it offends somebody when you're saying anything in your own home, then that person, well, tough noogies, that's their problem. But that couple is so spoiled. They're so spoiled. They're so spoiled. Like they just, they're soft and tender. They're so spoiled. They're so spoiled. She's so soft and tender. She's so like she has such a thin skin and thin hide. They're in the wrong game then. They shouldn't be doing this to people. If you poke the bear might fight back. But you see, they're not accustomed to the bears fighting back. Because by the time they're ready to poke the bear, they have something. See, you're going to go to jail for the rest of your life, or you're going to go to this, or they blackmail people. Not in my case. The only thing they can do in my case is push me to act out of character, in a sense, talking to myself, getting angry, and making me look like an upstart, basically. Drug use and or schizophrenia. That's all they can do. Because I don't commit crimes like that. I don't go anywhere. I don't do it. There's nothing I do. So they don't have anything that they can blackmail me with. Even if they did, they need to go to the police. They need to take it to the police. I'm not gonna back down. Like I said, if they catch me on video now with a bam, I shot a man in the head, let's just say, and the gun is smoking in my hand and they caught a video, take it to the police. Don't bring it to me. Do your civic duty and take it to the police. Don't bring it to me, because I might get the crazy idea you're trying to blackmail me. And you're not going to really want that. It'll tarnish your reputation, Nobody wants to be thought of as a blackmailer. They need to take it to the police. Because I don't understand this. I don't understand this. I guess I was not allowed to say certain things in my home. But I did not know also that they were microwaving me. I did not know that they might have been spraying stuff in my home. I did not know what other technological influences were at play while I said these things. Because even to me, I was too gung-ho in my own home over somebody I didn't even fucking know. I was too gung-ho in my own home. I used to spend like almost 14 hours a day releasing, like making those releasing tapes. Like make them like 10-minute recordings and sending them to her to build up her spirit, because I thought she was being abused. Who does that? For somebody who don't even talk to them. That's way out of character. That's obsessive, but that's an obsessive trying to actually make her better. Because that's all I did. Trying to make her stronger and better. I hope if she's a fair woman, and I don't think she is, I hope she kept them. Because that would be my obsession. Because even in my obsessive state, let's say I was obsessed, I want just to make things better. It's not to tear anybody down. If I thought he was abusive, I'd say smack talk about anybody would smack talk an abuser. Anybody would, within the confines of their own home, they have that right. If people can smack talk the president of the United States, they can smack talk the next door neighbor within their home. He or she doesn't have more privileges. I'm entitled to say anything I want, because I'm sure they say shit about me too. And they said shit about me too. Somebody had to say something to her sister. Somebody had to say something to her sister. It wasn't me. Was it her by any chance? Probably. See, did she have a right to do that? Of course she did. Of course she did. Lord, if I had done that, oh my God, I would have been the Antichrist. I would have been the Antichrist. But you know, they just keep harping on that. Maybe because they had other people watching me too at the same time. I don't know. I don't think they were broadcasting anything. I think they were just having people watch me, but I don't know why they would have people watch me. Why would they watch me? Why? Watch for what? But I was suddenly gonna what? Turn into what? A unicorn? What? What were they watching for? This is what I don't understand. If anybody can help me to understand, please do. Why would they watch me so closely? If this is not a live broadcast somewhere, because this is the angle they want to push it in. But maybe at the time there was. Just to push this all in another direction. Away from the stamps, because it's not just the value of the stamps. There might have been something really bad connected to the accumulation of the stamps for them that they really don't want to go to. So it's like, which is the lesser evil here for them? I don't know. But in each scenario, guess who's paying the price for their evil? You have one guess. That would be me. The victim always pays the price for their evil. Whichever road they take, whichever path they take, the victim will always pay the price for them. Because there's plenty of them, and it's only one, because only one person. And it's because they pick the people they do this to. The people they isolate. They keep us isolated. For those of us who are not already alone, they probably mess up our relationships. They mess up our familial relationships. They destroy couples. They destroy friends. They keep family at bay. How do they do this? They're not God. They're not God, but it's done technologically. Don't underestimate the power of these frequencies. They can be used for helping, but they can also be used for hurting people. They're a great tool. And by themselves, used properly, the way they should be, there's no harm. But to used malevolently with purpose and intention to hurt, they will. They will. Like every time I touch, like anything in my home that's metal, I get that. I get even the water. I noticed it. Even the water. Now, for the water, for that to happen, what do you think that is? You think somebody is deliberately doing it? If I'm at the sink, initially I touch the water, I feel that slight electric shock. What do you think? Do you think somebody is deliberately doing that? To show off or to show me they have power over me? I don't know. I can't take a breath in my home that's not filled with some kind of gas, something. I was saying things in my home. None of them got arrested from what I was saying in my home. In my home. If they got arrested, then they got arrested for whatever they did. For their activities. Not for anything I said. Like, for example, she could go tell people I'm a pedophile, or I'm a terrorist, or I'm a... she could say anything she wants. They'll still have to prove it. And people just going to arrest you just on one person saying so either. They'll be like, whatever, you know? Not from what I see with the police. So, in my own home, that is. I'm just going way outboard. or they saw a murder or something, or anything at all. We're going for the big guns here. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. You see, I had no idea that I was not allowed to say certain things in my home, or have an opinion, or talk to myself. I had no idea, because this woman is doing this to me with a vengeance. With a vengeance. She's doing this to me with a vengeance, and I don't know why. I got fucked up, and now I'm getting fucked up again. I don't know what it is. This really isn't fair. It's like they did something to me unconsciously. I didn't know. It didn't work out the way they planned. Something went haywire. Of course, what they were doing would be called illegal anyway. But let's not look at that, because they don't look at it that way. They feel they have the right and they're entitled to do whatever they want, whenever they want it, to whomever they want, for as long as they want, and the person must shut their goddamn mouth. This is the belief system of these people. And the belief system of the people who are attacking you. They don't care. They feel a strong sense of entitlement. And these ones that are doing this to me, they don't care either. They have an even stronger one, in my opinion. Especially when it comes to me. Because they're accustomed to messing with me, I guess, and getting away with it, and me being none the wiser. So, I must have had an opinion. Or formed an opinion. Maybe I went overboard with it, but again, I was in my own house. In my own house. I didn't know they had all these pipelines and the family was listening to me, or their friends were listening to me, or whatever. I didn't know that. How the fuck was I supposed to know that? I thought I was living in my home and I had at least a decent amount of privacy. Like they had privacy. Or the other neighbors had privacy. That's what I assumed. Isn't that a natural assumption? If you live at home, you live in your home, that you have a certain amount of privacy. Now I'm wondering it's like that fear is in there. It's going to dissipate with time, of course. But the thing is, everybody's entitled to their own privacy and their own opinions. If you're going to have an opinion in your home, and you have an opinion within the confines of your own home, the four walls, and you can't talk to yourself, you can't do, well, then something is wrong here. This is not America anymore. I don't know where this is. It's like I got transported someplace else. No. These people have way too much power over us. They're exerting way too much power over us. They're taking our freedom away. They're taking our right to speech away. This should not be. Just because they have all this technology at their disposal. If we wanted to do that, we have them too. If we know where to look, and we had the money, and we had the intention to go look for it. But it's not our intention, because we don't want to do what they do. Even if they're pointing at us. They're doing it to us. We don't have that desire to do it back to them, because it's just not what we do. I don't have a desire to do that to them. Do you? I don't think so. Because we don't have that intention to hurt people like that. We're a different kettle of fish. We're better than they are. We make mistakes. We have opinions. We cuss people out in our homes. We call people names in our home, in the comfort of our own home. In the comfort of our own home. I was under the impression that I still had that right. When the Constitution changed, I did not know. I was not informed. Maybe the Constitution changed and I didn't know. Maybe the laws were rewritten for them and I didn't know. Who knows? Maybe the laws were rewritten just for them. They're hackers. They can go and change the law and make addendums and nobody would know. Change a word here or a comma there. Change the whole context of it. Content changes meaning. You change the content, you change the meaning. These people, well, they can pretty much do anything they want. They feel a sense of superiority. They can commit fucking crimes probably and wipe the record clean. The only way you're going to know is if you have to backtrack where they've been and check with law enforcement agency and go by on foot, do investigations on foot and find out. That's the only way. That's the only way. In what the technology that they're using, online calling and this is not going to work. It's not going to work. Because what they'll do is check a database. Nah, they don't have them here. And they're done. Never heard of them. If you go in person, it's going to be different. But this is what it'll resort to. You see how the universe is going to humble us. They give us technology to stay in touch. We misuse it. We'll have to be humbled to our knees and go back old school, face to face, to clean up the mess that we created. When I say we, humanity as a whole. Unfortunately, we have to take responsibility for their mess as well, because we are part of humanity. As much as we hate it, we have to do it. It's just the way it is. But again, to have an opinion in my own home, I never thought that I have to be... I don't understand. I'm confused about this. I'm thinking, I'm in my own home, I'm paying my rent. I can say any freaking thing I want. I can have any opinion I want. I don't understand this. I don't understand this. And then she'll say, when I get angry, then she'll say, well, let go of her money. Let go of her money. No, let go of her. Is she talking to herself or is she talking to me? Let go of her money. Who the hell is she? And I don't even have money. I'm barely trying to make my rent together. So, I'm confused. Whose money? What were they talking about? Let go of her money. Who is she? And whose money? I have no idea. See, this is what confuses me, because I have no idea what the hell she's talking about. Let go of her money. That particular phrase. Then let go of her money. What does that mean? I got a dime. You want it? I don't know. I don't know. Is she talking to me or herself? What? I don't know. If she thinks I stole from her, she needs to go file a report. Don't go to the police. They're not going to do anything. Go to a lawyer. Go to a lawyer. And do an investigation. But you just can't come fucking with people just like this. You just can't do that. If she thinks that I stole from her. Because this is what they'll do. Bearing in mind the people I'm dealing with, and I'm not sure if they correspond to the people you're dealing with. If you're walking, they'll push their foot out and they'll trip you and you will fall. Now, if they're questioned, they're not going to say, well, no, they didn't know anything, they don't know anything, they didn't see anything, they didn't hear anything. No, they're not going to stop there. You know what they're going to say? You tripped them and they fell. This is where we're at right now. You tripped them and they fell. They want me deported for a reason. They're trying to get rid of me out of this country at any cost. And there's got to be a reason for it. Of course there has to be a reason for it. Why else? They want me deported at any cost, and there has to be a reason. It's either got to be those stamps, or they might have been selling my green card. I don't know. Something bad. And it's not because of any investigation. There's no how long is an investigation going to be? How is she able to walk around doing this to me? So while they're running this invisible investigation that nobody knows about, the perpetrators are allowed to do whatever they want out here. The perpetrators are still allowed to wreak havoc in our lives. What kind of an investigation is that? Don't they usually take the perpetrators off the streets to keep the rest of the population safe? That's like having a serial killer, rapist, or child molester, or bank robber, or whatever. They're investigating while the person continues to carry on their activities. What kind of an investigation is that? There's no investigation. What investigation? Investigation, my fat behind. No. There's no investigation. It's all bullshit. But I just wanted to share that with you.